It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Giants. Coming up next.
Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other. From the moment they're tabbed, the starters in their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win, because that's a victory that'll be talked about, well, for the rest of their rookie season and beyond.
Young Kweku has it all teed up. And away we go from East Rutherford. Gray now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. They'll be led out by this promising young signal caller, already a starter in his first season out of Ole Miss.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
Throwing on their first play. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Tracy. Jukes out a one-stop, and he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's going to push one deep. He's got it inside the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And in, touchdown, New York! So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. Return's looking good so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On first down, here's Penix. Pass is caught, that's Darnell Mooney. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Falcons into the red zone for the first time. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. Penix working from the gun. He's on the move. He'll try and run this. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a first. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Penix here from the gun. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Younghoe Koo on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. Fielded at his own 48. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Falcons will take over. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, Penix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman. And the Giants get it back at the 45-yard line following that interception return. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Got a man. Robinson has it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Divine Diablo there on the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A handoff to Tracy. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there. 3rd down coming. They're going play action. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
Here's Jamie Gillen on again for the punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. One touchdown and one interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, they go with Algier. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
3rd down, it's Penix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They put a receiver in motion here left. Here's 2nd and 7. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll motion Slayton left. They go play action on 1st. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he gets them down to the 42. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Neighbors with a catch. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They go right back to Tracy. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Almost got it done himself on 1st. It's 5 yards and gives him 2nd and goal at the 1.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the 1st defender. Heck, not even by the 2nd one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Tracy takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back at the 5.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the 1st half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. This from 28 yards away. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Algier. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
From the 26 on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Penix now on 1st down. That's brought in by Mooney. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Penix. Hits him on the in route. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Falcons looking for a score before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And again, it's Penix. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Penix on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10, Penix to throw. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Caught near the goal line. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get some late points and the lead. Now the 2nd time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a 2nd home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Ku all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Gray now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Giants take over now late in this first half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing it to start this drive. Has his man, it's Tracy. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Running back sent in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds Jaxson. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They're set up at the 35 now. Pass play on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. They'll motion Slayton left. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He finds Slayton. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll come up 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break. Back to throw it. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this game. The visiting Falcons taking a lead into that locker room. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Gano ready to send this away. McLeod now returning it. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Out comes the Atlanta offense for the debut possession of the second half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Ball at the 33 for first down. Penix working from the gun. Got it deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And the Giants going nickel, 3rd down coming. Penix here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Now that is exactly how you drew it up at halftime defensively. Make a big play. On that money down, you got to cash in on 3rd downs. They're going to be huge in the second half. Make sure you get yourself off the field in short order, which they did. And now you give some momentum to your offense when they get the ball back.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be Giants football. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Gets this to Slayton. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. To throw it on first down. Connects with Johnson. He's got to gain a 6 there. D. Alford getting there for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
A give to Tracy up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Running this with Tracy. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Oh, they're going option to the left side on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, ball at the 36. Throwing from the gun. Connects with Slayton. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They run. Here's Tracy. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gets this to Jaxson. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That one gains 7. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. It's Tracy on the carry. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. This is Tracy. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They're throwing it. He just throws this one away.
so often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
On fourth down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a third time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Gano ready to send this away. McLeod now returning it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now here come the Falcons on offense. They've got first down from the 31. From the shotgun, Penix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And the Giants almost took it all the way back. Oh, what a return down to the 5.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Goal to go. They're passing. Chased out to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Giants parlay the interception into points. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Gano ends the point after. And the Giants push the lead to 2 scores now. Gano ready to send this away. McLeod now returning it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Fabio Carrique making that stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second and 8. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
3rd down, it's Penix. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, around to Robinson. And he's stopped, so that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Falcons football, a nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Play action, here's Penix. Complete, it's Bijan Robinson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air with Penix. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Got a man, Robinson has it. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. That's good for 7 yards. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Penix on 1st down. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. And again, it's Penix. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Penix now. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Dropping back to throw. He's on the move. He can run it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A handoff to Tracy. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
The Giants are set to punt. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. Man, it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix looking to pass. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 34. Down he goes. The Giants got to him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Looking to throw. Got a man, it's London. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
They still need 10, but the offense getting set on 4th down. He's back to throw. Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Point after upcoming, this for a 2-score lead to potentially clinch the win. And a likely game-winning extra point strikes true, and that should do it. We've got a 2-score game now late. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's Agnew on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Penix. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Penix working from the gun. Finds his target, Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Penix here from the gun. Completed to his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Now to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Put the body on the line for his team. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Penix now on first down. To the sideline and secured by London. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain it. So we have a pause here inside 2 minutes. All reviews come from the booth, and they want to take one more look. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So they sent it to a second set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance, focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Penix to throw. Oh, he lost the football. And it's picked out by the Giants. He's at midfield. 30. The 10. And the defense piles on at the end here as they take it back for the touchdown. The Giants could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
So the defense scores, and now their offense coming out for 2 more. He's throwing for it. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. Really seemed like they were trying to get as much momentum as possible out of that series of events, didn't it? Big play like a fumble return, Brock. They wanted to add another big moment with that 2-point try.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all, even if they did fail. Kind of like a big play we see all the time, right? The offense will get right back to the line. Don't let that defense breathe. I don't mind it, even if the execution wasn't there.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So here at MetLife, it's the G-Men who come away with the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.